I may sound offensive here, but I'm sorry. We missed the boat so bad in terms of the Western mission of the Hare Krishna movement. We missed the boat so bad. I mean, in one way, we, and when I say we, I'm talking about the first generation, really, of, new Vaishnavas in the West, in America, did an incredible, and are still doing, an incredible job of establishing by our own example, the first white boys and white girls, and the blacks and Latinos, etc., who are practicing Krishna consciousness, who are chanting Hare Krishna on a daily basis, who are following or trying their best to follow the four regular principles, who accept Krishna as God, who read the Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, who perform Harinam Sankirtan. Granted. But in terms of relevance, in terms of being relevant, looking relevant for a mainstream Western society, I see all these pictures. I mean, they're undeniable, and they scream from the rooftops. You see, reels and images and footage of, this Rath Yatra or this Sangha or this Mahaharinam, and you're like, where's one white devotee in there? Isn't it? Or some senior Prabhupada disciple is surrounded by 500, nice, respectable Vaishnavas from the Indian diaspora. Nothing against Indians, as you know. And it's just also like a symbolic thing. Like, yeah, okay, he'll cut the ribbon, or he'll, throw the coconut. But, in 10 years, that Prabhupada disciple, for 15 years, 20 years, at max, that whole first generation is back to Godhead. And the sort of courtesy attitude that, is given to that first generation in the West, by ISKCON congregations that are, again, 99%, 100%, catering to the Indian diaspora. Again, nothing against Indians. That courtesy is going to be finished because that first generation is finished. And when that happens, what happens? A complete takeover. Complete, like not just 98%, but complete takeover, again, by the Indian diaspora. Third time, nothing wrong with Indians becoming devotees of Krishna, nothing wrong with Indians becoming followers of Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya, obviously. And glory to them when they're preaching in the West, mostly though to other Indian immigrants. That's just how things work in this world. You preach to your closest kin, generally speaking. I remember once my guru Bhakti Charuswami, he lamented, he said, I'm stuck with Bengalis. He had a Bengali body. So what do the whiteys do? The whiteys, hey, you Vaishnava whiteys out there in Sweden and France and America and Canada, you're just going to continue being appropriated culturally by the Indian diaspora, continue to abdicate your own external Western culture, the little bit that you have the full right and adhikar and even duty, I would say, to engage in Krishna's service? Or are you just going to continue, abdicating your own culture, abdicating your own language, abdicating all the elements of your external Judeo-Christian, white, 2,000-year-old culture for the sake of, Krishna consciousness? And meanwhile, ISKCON is plunging, if it has not already plunged in completely and forever perhaps, into the heart of the Indian diaspora immigration population without a remote chance of ever having a significant amount of influence on the mainstream Western society of North America, Australia, New Zealand, and Western Europe. That is the question we must ask ourselves. Thanks for watching.